effortless. Make it look effortless. Tell you what, I don't need to preface it. I'm filling my cup, but still half empty. I feel like a pessimist. She thinks she in love, but she only half met me. She don't get the sentiment. I still hold the door open for you on your way. I'll still be a gentleman. And I'm too far gone. Don't wanna hear about what you are on. Lately I must be out my mind. Maybe I gotta draw the line. I make it look effortless. I make it look effortless. Tell you what, I don't need to preface it. Make it look effortless. I make it look effortless. Make it look effortless. Tell you what, I don't need to preface it. Make it look effortless. Tell you what, I don't need to preface it. Make it look effortless. I make it look effortless. Make it look effortless. Tell you what, I don't need to preface it. I'm filling my cup, but still has empty. I feel.
As the title suggests, I am interviewing myself at 23. Wow, I'm old. I'm about to turn 24, which is almost on territory like what all the young kids say, right? Oh my fucking God. All right, let's just get started. How's life? Dang. Now I'm smiling right now because life is great right now. Life is wonderful. And I'm really in a really good place with myself and how this year has gone so far. There's just so much that I look forward to, and you know, I'm really excited to where life lies ahead. You know, I couldn't be more happier right now. What was my biggest accomplishments this year? My biggest accomplishments this year, I would say, made a relationship with myself, if that makes any sense. Just being able to do stuff for myself, it's just been a really big accomplishment for me. And I think mentally, I've just been in a really great headspace, having a really great time with myself. Wow, that sounded so wrong. What were my major challenges and how did I overcome them? To make it more serious, I was in a dark place and there's just so many uncertainties, especially even if there was certain stuff that I already determined for myself going forward in the future. I would wake up every single day fighting the battle, right? Making sure I smile, make sure I was still like talkative, being in a good mood, not making anybody, you know, feel like, you know, I'm doom and gloom. I get home and things are just, you know, a lot more different. Obviously, when you're by yourself, that's when it really hits you. So, oh God, thinking about it, yeah, it's kind of sad. I'm in a good space now, but what new skills or knowledge did I acquire? Taught myself fashion, obviously. Like I'm still upgrading my wardrobe and trying to try new things, especially with like how I want to dress and how I want to express myself. I've been playing pickleball. Geez, I picked up pickleball. I don't know how long I'm gonna play for, but I like the sport. It's pretty casual, you know. I'm just trying to stay outdoors this summer, trying to pick up on a lot of new hobbies, make moves for myself and with my friends. It doesn't really matter who it is. What goals did I set for myself at the beginning of the year and did I achieve them? So I actually did make a bucket list, if I'm not wrong here. So bucket list for 2024, go hiking once a month. So far, I've done that. I think I've done that more than once, so that's a good thing. So without going too much into my bucket list, I've already completed, like, I'm trying to find new cafes because, I don't know, I just find it so soothing and relaxing, just in my own space. Nobody's gonna really bother you, you know, you're just kind of there. One thing I definitely want to do is take a dance class. That's one skill I wanted to acquire. How have my relationships evolved over the past year? I've always been pretty close with my family, no matter it was my cousins or my aunts, my uncles, my father, my mother. Like, I feel like it definitely got a lot better with my father, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I've been able to understand a lot more about his upbringing and be able to understand why he acts the way he does. Not in a negative way, but I understand, like, because there is negatives and positives to it. I would say I'm in a pretty good spot with my friends. You know, the friends, you guys know who you guys are. I've understood we're all in our own path, our own journey, so it's not like we're all going to be hanging out all the time, but when we do get together, it's always cool because it's like everything kind of just goes back to normal, just like how it used to be. I wish we made more moves, bro. It's the summer. we gotta do something. We gotta do something. What's your relationship status? Oh God. Oh man. Oh, big zeros, big donuts, you know. No, nothing wrong with that. But I am still single, and personally, I think it's gonna be like that going into the next year. I don't see anything. I don't see any I was gonna say prospects is crazy. I don't see anything happening, and I'm actually okay with that. What experience has brought me the most joy or fulfillment? Gotten into my master's program, and yeah, that's a big accomplishment. I got myself to reassess, reevaluate what I wanted in life. Just really get to figure out myself because I had so much time to do that. One thing you wish you could say to yourself a year ago. I wish I could tell myself it does get better. And I wish you kind of gave yourself a little bit of a break because obviously there's so much wrong that's going on around the world. And, it's too easy to compare how your life is when you're like privileged to just be able to be living, or have that opportunity to. And you just got to give yourself a break, man. I wish I could have told myself that. And what areas have I grown the most? Like I said, I think the most I've grown, and I feel like probably people would say this, that I've been able to voice my opinion on certain stuff. I'm not going to agree with everything that anybody says because we all have our own opinions and voice. I'm not going to be a sheep when it comes to stuff like that. If I have something that I'm against, I'm going to say it. And it's not my job for people to understand. What are some habits or behaviors I would like to change or improve upon? I wish I had more patience. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I could get really impatient with myself, and it kind of lash out on myself really. I do control my emotions, but sometimes it comes out. I've been sleeping a little late, so I need to fix that. I feel like by next year I probably fix that. What did I learn about myself this year that I didn't know before? I said this before. It's just that I've been able to live with myself. When you grow up, you're kind of just like figuring yourself out. And being an only child, you have to figure that stuff by yourself. And I wasn't like having a relationship with myself. I wasn't seeing myself from another point of view. It was crazy to think that like that's how it really was. I was really just kind of going through the motions a lot of the time last year. And maybe even prior to that. What am I grateful for this year? I've been grateful for my family and friends. Grateful for life, really. I've been grateful for myself. Be grateful for the opportunities I've gotten to just travel and go figure out myself this past year and this year. Have my priorities shifted compared to the previous year? Been less focused on how I present myself. They've never spoken to me and they already have an opinion about me. I kind of don't care about that. I figure like life is too short to be worrying about how people perceive you and how people think of you because really what matters is all about yourself. It sounds like, oh, Unk is guru, got all the philosophies, but you just kind of have to figure it out for yourself. You only got one life, so I'm trying to live the best life. I'm trying to do so, yeah, a lot of it shifted towards myself for sure. Whereas the past year was a lot towards others. What would I like to focus or accomplish in the coming year? Definitely got to graduate college, get my master's, and proceed from there. But yeah, be able to go out with my friends, be able to go do things with my family. Yeah, I want to go out and live life. Like I want to go do things. I want to go abroad, like I said. I want to go find new activities, new hobbies. What has been your favorite life moment in the past year? Let's say giving myself a break and withdrawing from college. That's from going from one career to another. Like that was such a big decision that really did eat up at me for like a good few months, even right when I came into a program that I wasn't really happy and what I didn't think I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I was just kind of scared of how people would perceive it and how my parents would, because, I'm always trying to make them proud and I want to be able to make a living and help support them and help support anybody really. And when I withdrew, oh my God, that ate up at me, bro. That was bad. Although I had potential to do it, I took myself out of it. And I'm moving into a different career, and that was so big. That was so big. What did you do last year that you've never done before? I went to New York for the first time, and it was a new environment. I've never been to New York, and it's such a tight-knit community because of how, everything's walkable other than taking the railway or the subway system. Everything's so tight-knit. Like everything you need is within distance. Yeah, New York trip was probably the first time I went was insane. One of my best trips, hands down. What was your biggest failure this year? This year, I haven't had that many L's. I'm not gonna lie. This year's been pretty good. It was kind of pretty close to the new year. So I hit my car. I hit my car into a deer. I would say that's one of my biggest fails. Kind of messed up the air intake. So it was a lot of money. Almost the car could have been totaled, to be honest, but if I drove any faster, it could have been totaled. But what song will remind you of last year? And the top result is so good, West Tennessee State. Now, I'm gonna put you guys on if anybody's watching. You know, West Tennessee State's goated. I listen to their songs a lot. But yeah, they're from North Carolina. Somebody else put me on, by the way, like 2 years ago. So I'll put you guys on as well. Did you fall in love? No, I did not. I don't know what it feels like. You know, I've never felt like that. So I don't know too much about it, but I know. I don't think I have. Have you been unfair to anyone? I guess to a certain extent, I suppose. But to be honest, this person kind of deserved it. For me, this is why I said I voiced my opinion, and I'm going to stand up for what I think is right. You know, I thought what they did was morally wrong, so I no longer am associated to that person, and I will not stand for that kind of stuff in my life. What was the nicest thing someone did for you or for someone else? Or what did I do for somebody else? They'll pay for something, and I'll be like, nah, don't do that. Don't do it. You know, it's us Asians where we're always fighting for the bill, and sometimes I don't. I'm just like, okay. I guess it's words of encouragement, really. You know, believing that they'll do what they'll accomplish or what they plan to do. And I always believe it. I always want the best for my friends. So what do you do during your time? I wake up, I do that. I eat, I cook for myself. Then I go out, work out, go run possibly, or go do an activity and make content again, start editing. And I go back home and do it all over again. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I try to hang out with my friends, try to go out, do things for myself, and, you know, make videos like this. 3 words to describe last year: depressing, terrible, and unfortunate. There you go. One final last regards, words of advice for next year: keep being you. Like I said, living the way you want to live, the life that you want to live going forward. I am done here. Thank you guys for my TED Talk. I'm playing. No, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end, I don't know how you did, because this is kind of a video for myself. And if you did, I'm actually kind of impressed that you made it this far, because, you know, this is a video just about me. So if people actually care, that's great. If they don't, you know, you can't always see your time. I'll fight. But
Make it look effortless.